So the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to tradingview.com. So when you get to TradingView, you can just head right over to Get Started. Okay, so here you're going to see free until ready, okay? Which means that you can sign up for no fee at all, and you can use TradingView for as long as you want until you're ready to commit to a paid version. Now, it's important to note that this does have just a few limitations. For example, you only have 4 price alerts as opposed to maybe say 10 or 15 at a time. And from time to time, you're going to get some ads on your TradingView. So if you go over to the paid version, you have the non-professional plans and the professional or pro plans. Right, so for the non-professional plans, you could do the essential, you could do the plus, you could do the premium. These are the annual offers. If you want to go for the monthly offers, they're a bit more expensive. You can just switch over to the professional and you're going to see the offers on the table. You can switch over, toggle over to the annual offers as well, and you're going to find them here. So let's quickly head over to the TradingView window so we can take a look at some of the features. Now, I would advise you get the app because for me, it's a bit more accessible. But if you want, you can always use any preferred browser you like to access all of the free features or paid features on TradingView. Okay, so welcome to the TradingView window. First of all, we're going to get started with drawing tools. Okay. Now, the first one we're going to take a look at cursors. So this is where you select the kind of cursor you want. You can see that at the moment we kind of have this cross cursor going on, but we can switch over to the dots if you prefer that, or you can switch over to the arrow, which I kind of hate, or you can also use the eraser tool, okay? Then we're going to take a look at the lines. Here you can find the trend line, you can find the ray, which is basically a horizontal line, sort of, that you can, well, not a horizontal line, it's a straight line that you can position however you want. So from the starting point to infinity, okay? Of course, we have our trend line, which is probably the most commonly used drawing tool. So we have some other lines such as information line, extended line, trend angle, horizontal line, horizontal ray, vertical line, cross line, parallel channel. Yeah, so with the channels, some people like to use channels instead of lines, for example. Yeah, so you can mark out whatever channel that you're interested in or that you're looking at. And there are a couple of other really cool features, such as pitchforks, which personally I've never used, but feel free to explore, of course. Trend angle is kind of interesting. It helps you know what the angle of the trend is. As you know, there's often a really generally accepted angle for what a healthy trend is. So this tool can help you determine what that angle might be. So let's head over to the Fibonacci tools, right? So if you're someone who is conversant with Fibonacci, it's a mathematical concept that is really, really common with traders and in the trading space as well. So here we have the Fibonacci retracement tool, which of course you can always modify to suit your needs. I have a few templates already saved here. For example, I have the Fibonacci 0.5, have the Fibonacci extremes, and yeah, you can always go head over to the settings and take a look at how you can set it to your taste. I have a video describing how you can set the parameters for your Fibonacci to suit your needs, which I will be linking up above. Then we can go over to, so still in the Fibonacci department, of course, you have your trend-based Fib extension, your Fibonacci channel, Fibonacci circles. Feel free to explore. Whatever system that you trade, these tools can actually be really useful, right? You have your patterns, you have XABCD patterns. This is where you also have your Elliott waves for those of you who trade Elliott waves, right? Um, I don't trade Elliott waves, but basically, I kind of know that the whole concept is that after a particular number of taps, you can basically expect a retracement or a price movement in the opposite direction of the already existing trend. So that can really come in handy, right? And then you have the brushes. I usually use the brush or the highlighter when I'm trying to point something out to someone, or maybe I'm just taking a quick look at the charts. Um, then we have the arrow marker. Sometimes I use this to indicate fair value gaps. They're a bit huge. They're not very, very easy to modify in terms of size. So that's one thing I don't really like about them. Of course, you have the arrow tool, which you can use for a number of things. I have a few templates saved for the arrow tool. Sometimes I use it to indicate a break of structure. Sometimes I might use it to indicate a fair value gap. Okay. Of course, we have the text tools. We have the text, we have the anchor text, we have the call out, which you can use to take some notes pertaining certain bits of price action that you might want to keep in mind or call your attention to later. The comment tool is also very similar to the call out. The only difference is that with the call out, it's a bit more adjustable. Okay. And you have the price label, right, where you can literally mark out price at any point, and it's going to indicate what price is at that particular point on the chart. Okay. Then you have the flag mark, you have the signpost, you have the price note, you have your image, and you have your idea. So with the images, you can basically upload any image you want to your TradingView chart. Okay. So which is pretty cool. Okay, so here we have the measure tool, which allows you measure the number of pips in a leg of price action, right? And it doesn't only provide the information on the number of pips, it also provides information on how many bars it took to get there, how many hours, as well as the volume. Um, and yeah, of course, we have so you can get really creative with your trading view. You have emojis, right? You have your emojis, you have your signs and tools and things you can just place all over your charts to kind of make it a bit more interesting for you if you like. It's not really my cup of tea, but I think it's a really nice feature altogether. Then you have your magnifying tool where you can literally zoom in into any section or price section simply by yeah, doing that. You have your magnet tool. You have your stay in drawing mode. Stay in drawing mode is actually such a view. Stay in drawing mode is actually pretty cool because what it does is it allows you to just keep drawing. So we're using a rectangle tool, right? You can just keep using the rectangle as opposed to just using it once and then having to go back to select it again before you can use it. So yeah, that is a tool that really comes in handy. Of course, we have lock all drawings, which allows you to lock all of the drawings in your chart. So when you lock a drawing, what happens is it's not, you can literally do other things on the chart and it's going to be very difficult to move that drawing by mistake, right? It helps when if you're someone who often finds himself or herself with a lot of yeah, so and to delete log drawings, it's going to need a confirmation. So you basically can't make the mistake of moving the drawing or deleting the drawing, especially if you have a lot on your chart. So that's really, really cool as well. Of course, you can hide your drawings. For example, we can hide this drawing, okay? Oh yeah, so it's a bit more, it's a bit easier from the object tree because you can hide and then later unhide, okay? But if you hide from the toolbar, you're gonna have to unhide from the toolbar as well. So my advice is whenever you want to hide some drawings on your charts, let's say you want to hide these three drawings, you can just head over to the object tree and data window and hide everything, right? Okay, so you can hide and unhide. Okay, you can hide and unhide. And the really good thing is that you can also really group your drawings, okay, which I won't really start getting into, but yeah, you can group your drawings and I'll place them so that once you unhide the group, they are unhide. And once you hide the group, they are all hidden. And as well, you can just delete all the drawings all at once. So sometimes when I'm trying to save my markups to show other people or to teach something, I can use that tool and it comes in handy a lot. So yeah, that basically does it for the drawing tools. Right click. And when you right click, you're going to see a bunch of really, really handy options, such as resetting your chart view, which just kind of frames it, it centers it into the frame and puts it in the appropriate zoom setting. You can paste, right? You can paste, you can add an alert, right? So let's say we're using the cross tool and at this point you want to add an alert on price action when price crosses this. So you can add an alert immediately, okay? As well, you can also access the object tree from here. You can access chart templates. You can remove your drawings. You can remove your indicators. And you can even you can even add the pair that you're looking at to a different watch list depending on which watch list. And as well, you can take it out of a particular watch list. Okay. And you can add text notes, of course. Okay. So yeah, that pretty much does it for the drawing tools. So let's take a look at candlesticks. Okay. Your basically the way that your chart appears to you. So the most common, I would say, way to read price action and to look at your charts is by using candlesticks, right? But for some people, they prefer bars. Okay, they prefer bars, and you can easily switch and toggle between candlesticks and bars or even line charts. Okay, from this section. And there are a few other options here. So it's up to you to, if you want these options to be more accessible to you, you can just click on favorite and they will appear in this section here. So if you want hollow candles, you want bar charts, you want candlestick chart, you want a candlestick chart or you want a line chart, whichever one you want. You can go with line chart with markers, you can go with step lines, you can. So yeah, there's basically, a bunch of options here. You can go with the area chart, okay? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much that for the candlesticks. And then we can head over to the time frames. As you already know, time frames are really, really important in terms of trading. So depending on your trading style, if you're a swing trader, of course, there's certain time frames you use. If you're a day trader, certain time frames. So just like with the other features, you can basically head over to this section and select all of the time frames that you like so that they are more easily accessible to you. And you do that by adding them to your favorites. It's really that simple. So personally, for me, I actually don't even really use the 1 minute time frame. Sometimes I use the three, rarely. So the 5 minute time frame is marked out for me, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. And in some cases, I might use a 2 hour time frame. Now, it's important to note that these seconds are not available to you if you're using the free version. So you actually have to pay. You have to get a paid version to be able to access these features, right? The second chart. So if you try to do that, they're going to tell you that you're going to need to upgrade, okay? So yeah, that's pretty important. And then some time frames in between, such as the 8 hour as well. I don't think you can use the 8 hour unless you upgrade. So that's really important to note. But yeah, this is basically where you can assess your time frames and easily toggle between them. So still on this section, you can access your indicators by clicking on this logo here, okay? Now with the indicators, there's so many indicators. There's so many indicators that you could choose from. To make it easier, you could actually search for those indicators. For example, let's say we're searching for the exponential moving average. We can just type EMA, and there's so many EMA indicators here. Yeah, you can basically just choose from these. And these indicators are actually grouped into like categories to make it easier for you. You have the technicals, you have strategy indicators, you have profile indicators, you have pattern indicators, you have community indicators are basically, I think these are indicators that are added by TradingView users. Okay, they are developed personally and they are uploaded for easy use by other TradingView users. So my hats off to them. Maximum respect for taking the time to make trading a bit easier for others. Of course, you can also save your indicators so that you easily access them from the indicator template, all right? So whenever you delete them, you can just go to the indicator template. The good thing about this is that it's not just going to bring back the indicator, it's going to bring them back with the settings. Because once you've added an indicator, for example, the indicator that I have here, which denotes the different sessions of the day, there's always an option for setting up the indicator in the way that it's most useful to you, right? And of course, you can hide it as well, just like with objects, you can unhide, okay? So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. You can create alerts from here, and if you want to manage your alerts, then you can do that from here, okay? You can simply move over to this window and you can manage your alerts. You can set them differently. You can delete them. You can, yes, it's a bunch of things. You can look at your logs, okay? So yeah, that's pretty cool. So if you're on the paid version, you can actually backtest using the TradingView software, right? Or even the online version. And what you simply need to do is to move over to the bar replay. And yeah, so you can't do that here because you're not on a paid version. But if you are, then you can easily backtest using TradingView. Okay. Now this is the undo for when you want to undo something that you've done that you don't particularly like. You can save your chart layout in this section here, right? You can save, you can create a new layout, or you can load any of the layouts that you already have. Now, it's important to know that TradingView automatically saves your progress, but if you're worried or you have network issues or for any reason this autosave doesn't work for you, then you can always just create the habit of, clicking on save yourself, say every 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how much time you spend on the chart generally. So let's take a look at this. This allows you to download an image, right? The image of your chart. You can also copy a link of your chart and paste it somewhere, right? You can open, in a new tab, or yeah, so you can do that, or you can even tweet your image. If you choose the download option, it's going to download directly to your system, as you can see here. Let me just do that again. It's going to download directly to your system, depending on what folder is in your settings, okay? Now, if we go over to this icon here, this is where you can explore the plans from the app, right? I think the online feature is a bit similar to this. You can take a look at your profile where you can adjust your username. I think your email as well. You can, your profile settings, account and billing. You can refer a friend to earn some points. You have the help center, you have the home, you have your notifications, what's new, the updates and the upgrades on TradingView, right? Your app settings you can access from here. Can also, okay, these are chat settings, but you can access your app settings from here. Okay, language, keyboard shortcuts, all that good stuff. Now, your chat settings, either you access them from here or you right click and you access them from here. This is where you can change your candlestick colors, right? TradingView comes with a very generic candlestick color as well as chart canvas color, or you can set these things to kind of give them a more unique feel. Okay, you can set them to whatever color you want. As well, you can change the color of your canvas. And if you don't like any of these colors or they're too strong or too monochrome for you, then you can always just adjust using this, okay, to whatever color you like. As well, you can actually use, so you can set this to gradient, which means your chart canvas is going to use two different colors, okay? When you adjust one, so yeah, now we have pink and gray. So if you're someone, you have an artistic side to you, you just want to keep it interesting, and this is a really good feature for you. Of course, you can introduce the watermark, which basically shows you the chart, the pair that you're trading, as well as the time frame. I do not think that this is adjustable. It's not, but if you do want to add a watermark to your chart, then there's an indicator that you can use for that, which I will be naming in the description down below. So you can always just search for that. And yeah, basically check out your watermarks. In a later video, we're just going to, take a look at some of the features and delve a bit deeper. If you've seen the video up to this point, it means you liked the video. Please do subscribe, like, leave a comment down below. We're building a community. Help us on our way to 200 subscribers as well, and have a wonderful week.